spirit is in this place. We've come together as a family. Yeah, I think that'll work. Good morning, everybody. For the prelude this morning, we've got the Celebration Choir, and I'm going to do a song called Love is the Water That Wears Down the Rock. Down the rock. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Love is the water that wears down the rock. You say your heart's been turned to stone. You say you wanna be left alone. You say love only makes you weak and moan. But let me tell you something that you know in your bones. Love is the water that wears down. Oh, it's the water. Love is the water that wears down. Mighty powerful. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Love is the water that wears down the rock. No, you say your soul's like a dry riverbed. You've been waiting for the water long ago instead. Better pray all night for the rain, you said. Love comes just like a tidal wave over your head. Yeah. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the water. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Yeah. Love is the power that won't be stopped. It can't be stopped, yeah, 'cause hate won't prevail. Hey, hey, hey. Waiting for the love you say it takes so long. Dulls a sharp mind and weaken the strong. Well, you may be right and you may be wrong, but love can make a mountain come tumbling down. I say, love is the water that wears down the rock. Wears down the rock. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Wears down the rock. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Sing it. Love is the water that wears down the rock. The river washes over every woman and man. Put your feet in the gravel, put some mud in your hands. Nothing can stand against love's command. Every boulder will turn into a grain of sand. Sing it with me. Love is the water that wears down the rock. There is a power. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Oh, love is the power that wears down. Love is the water that wears down. Keep singing with me now. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Won't be stopped. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Thank you so much. Welcome to Unity of Bon Air. We're so glad that you're here. We're going to start our service the way we always do, by affirming that God is good and all is well. And we're going to sing God is good and all is well. Here it is. Yeah. What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled
Good morning, Unity. My name is Jim Lincoln, and I'm no longer treasurer, but you see, I shed that duty, and I also shaved, so. So welcome, everybody, here and in our audience. Welcome to Unity Bon Air, where we live and express unconditional love and acceptance. And we grow together in peace and prosperity. Whether it's your first time or your 100th time joining us, we're grateful you're here for your presence and participation as we share this time together. We have come together as part of love's divine purpose that calls each of us forth to celebrate the connection we all share through the holy presence within and all around us that we call God. In the spirit of this community, we unfold in light and love all spiritual and religious gatherings and all people everywhere. And we begin our time together with a special message from the Daily Word. And the daily word for today is forgive. Unforgiveness is a heavy bag of rocks I carry on my shoulders. When I drop the bag and begin to set the rocks aside one by one, I embark upon a healing journey. God is with and within me on this journey as my constant support and strength. When forgiveness feels difficult, I need only return my attention to Spirit's constant, loving, and accepting presence within me. Reestablishing my conscious connection brings warm and welcoming acceptance. It is an important step in the unburdening process of forgiveness. I forgive others as well as myself, knowing each act of forgiveness increases my freedom to live a happy and fulfilling life. The Bible verse today is from Colossians 3:13. Bear with one another, and if anyone has a complaint against another, forgive each other. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive. Our affirmation for today, and I'll say it once and ask you to repeat it twice with me, is I begin my journey of forgiveness. Together? I begin my journey of forgiveness. I begin my journey of forgiveness. And today we have a guest speaker who's got a laundry list of accomplishments. She's a beloved member of our congregation, Reverend Sharri MacKenzi. She's a science of mind minister, a student teacher of truth. She's a healing touch practitioner, an intuitive energy modulator, a oneness blessing trainer, a certified spiritual counselor, and a unity prayer chaplain. Reverend Sharri has coordinated the spiritual study groups in the fall and the spring series for us since 2002. Yep. So now I guess I turn it over to what? Shirley, the president says. I wonder where Shirley was.
Of angels makes
hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
Good morning, Unity. I love it when I get to look out and see your shining eyes, beautiful lights. So I want to call us into prayer, and you might just want to take a look out that window. Let your hearts fill with gratitude. Look at this beautiful space we inhabit. And then look in here into the Joyce Fisher Pierce Sanctuary that we inhabit. And then I invite you to close your eyes and go within. So we begin simply with gratitude for the joy of being here together, for this gift of life that is vibrating in, through, and as us, that is vibrating in our world with such incredible, amazing diversity. And yet every single person is one in humanity. And all of us are one with all of life. So we just let this love that we are, as we sink into our heart space, we let it expand and expand and expand, and just take a moment to breathe in and feel that presence in here. We're going to embrace our world with that. Our world that still is having shootouts. A world that is still having wars. We just send this love and this peace out to embrace that consciousness and cause it to know it can lay down weapons and rest in that. And we hold in this beautiful space of love all these prayer concerns that are in our prayer box. We hold all the prayer concerns that are in our lives and in our hearts. And if you would like to name any of those out loud or silently right now, we put these in our space. And we just let ourselves to continue to melt into this love as if we were sugar cubes in the hot tea of the love that is our source. We melt into that and feel our gratitude. And we close with our statement of gratitude that we'll say together 3 times. I am grateful. So please join with me. I am grateful. I am grateful, I am grateful. And so it is. So I want to welcome anyone who's a newcomer. If you are, would you like to raise your hand so we can acknowledge you? Welcome, welcome. We have a basket over by the door that has packets for you, of information for you. And when you go into the fellowship hall, we will be eager to find out your name and welcome you into the love that is this community. And if you are online and this is your first time, we invite you to go to unitybonaire.org. We are so happy you are with us. Even though we can't see you, we can know that your love and your power and your presence is part of this gathering. And there you can find you can sign up for our e-news. You can find all our events and opportunities that are happening here. So we are so happy about that. Oh, I forgot to start out with my joke. This is a really quick joke. So on Easter, I told you one of those times when a minister was talking to a group of kids in the sanctuary and asking questions, which is a very dangerous proposition. And so this day, a person who was a minister and was wearing the clerical collar, which is like just a regular shirt that buttons up, and then it's got a space like that big that you stick a little white plastic thing in, and it means minister, right? So he was saying to the kids, well, who knows why I'm wearing this particular collar? And one of the little kids raises his hand, she goes, yes, to keep away fleas and ticks. Oh, me. You never know, you never know. So here's the priority announcement for today, and I'm so excited to share this with everyone. So I've been on and off in touch with Joyce's family and getting information about what they would like for her celebration of life service. So it's been in the e-news, Save July 16th, which is a Saturday, and around 2 o'clock, I said, are we saying 2 o'clock? And Craig said, well, around, so whatever that means, put 2 o'clock on your calendar and we're going to be around there. And but here's the really wonderful piece. They've invited Mary Morrissey to come be the celebrant for the service. So Mary will be in our midst. And for those of you who have Joyce's book, Mary wrote the foreword. Mary has been here multiple times and done workshops and speaking, and so we know that we are all in for an amazing time of celebrating together. So let's see, what else am I supposed to be doing up here? That's it, I'm supposed to turn it over. No.
All right, we're going to sing Spirit is in This Place. Would you like to stand? All right, I'm doing double duty. I'm the drummer today and the singer. Here we go. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with hearts wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Oh, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Look around the room and see all the love that's gathered here today. So much talent, so much love, so many good-hearted people. And that's why we feel comfortable declaring what we know to be true. Here it is. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this
standing as... Oh,
I profusely apologize. I told them to be seated.
oh. We're going to affirm our statement of belief. So it's up here. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the omnipotent good. And before we go into the Lord's Prayer, I wanted to share something. So last Sunday at the Unity meeting, Community and Unity meeting, it was shared that I will be signing a year contract to continue as transitional minister. Thank you, but what I want you really to hear is just these words of gratitude. As I came in September, the board has worked with me, looked past the dumb things I did, said, well, maybe we'll go another year, and has just supported and been present in a way that it is difficult. Well, it is a challenge to serve on a board of any church. I don't care what church you're talking about. Because churches, here's the thing, churches are made of people, right? And we just have this way of being human. And so the board has so graciously embraced, encouraged, called forth the best in all that all of us can be together. So I'm so grateful for that. And then I want to acknowledge, I don't know how many of you have been in the hall and down the hallway, but our room that used to be Valerie and Melody's office is now going to be a YFM classroom, and Susan and Rusty was painting, and then Susan got in on a little bit on that and moving all this furniture, and we now have this lovely meeting space as we prepare for Montessori to come have another classroom in our hallway. So Susan just continues to pour her love into all that we're doing around here. She's fearless. She drags furniture that I would say, I'm not moving that, and she continues to show up and do fellowship. So I'm so grateful for Susan, for all the individuals that come and participate in the life of this community and make it this beautiful space we are. Okay, so now we can go to our Lord's Prayer. So here I've heard, and this is another one of the things people have to forgive me about. So when I say the Lord's Prayer, sometimes I default back to my Catholic background, sometimes to my Presbyterian background. So ignore what I'm saying. We're really supposed to be saying the words on the screen. So here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. May be seated.
Where the what was on my shoulders, and my faith was free for rain. I knew I'd never be given more than I could bear. Spirit reassured me there was an answer to my prayer.
If I lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love.
So every single moment I am left with the choice to stay in separation or listen to the voice. It beckons me be open and be grateful every day, and gently reminds me there can be another way. Oh, lay it down.
Set it free,
Set it free.
let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down,
Lay it down.
set it free,
Yes, set it free.
down on the altar of love. Lay it down,
Lay it down.
set it free,
Oh, set it free.
my heart rest.
Lay it down.
Set it free,
Set it free.
down on the altar of love. Lay it down,
Lay it down.
set it free,
Got to set it free.
heart rest and let it be. Lay it down,
Lay it down.
set it free,
Oh, set it free.
down on the altar of love. Lay it down on the altar of love. Lay it down on the altar of
Let's hear it for our soloists, Zita Carell and Joshua Lewis.
Good morning, Unity. Woo. So I came in today and I said, how lucky am I that I get to follow that? I mean, what energy that is, right? Thank you to Claudia, Lucy. You're just wonderful. Loving all of you. So, you know, I get up here and I just start talking and you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm supposed to talk about alignment today, though, because when Cheryl called and said, what is the topic of your message going to be? I said, I'll get back to you. She texted me, so I'm texting back, you know. So I'm thinking, well, it could be this, it could be this. I put a couple things down, and I thought I'd click on one. And before I even clicked, it went to her, and I was like, I guess that must be it. So before we get into whatever I'm going to say, whatever Spirit's going to bring, I want to remind you that this is the first Sunday of our Truth and Experience Spirit groups. And so it's going to be 4 weeks. There is a Sunday group that meets immediately after church. So today, whoever is signed up for Carrie's group, Carrie, stand. So Whoever is signed up for Carrie's group, please meet her in the minister's office so you can determine what you want to do for the next 2 weeks. Patty does have something going on that she's going to do right after church today, too. So then we have a Monday group that's on Zoom at 6:30 p.m. We have a Tuesday group that's 11 a.m. on Zoom. There is a Thursday in-person group that Jody is hosting at her home in North Chesterfield, and there's a Friday a.m. group in person here at Unity. So you have a lot of choices, and there are sign-up sheets. The sign-up sheets will be gone after today, so if you're not signed up for one, please do that. So alignment. We talked about love today. So there's the water of love. What does it do to the rock? It makes it smooth, right? It makes everything flow gently, just like you want to have everything flow gently in your life. And you do that always when you're aligned. When you are aligned with your source, with your true spirit that you are, that you came into this body to hold, to enjoy, to embrace, and to create from. And that's what you truly are. So this week, we're in our Truth and Experience groups, we're going to hear from Dr. Bruce Lipton. And Dr. Bruce Lipton is going to tell us how to reprogram our subconscious mind. So we come in and we're just full of this divine love, this all-knowingness, but then we come into this physical space, right? And in this physical space, we are surrounded by people that have their own belief systems, their own ideas of what's right and wrong. And we look at that and we just absorb all of that. And we think it to be truth, but is it our truth? Or is it someone else's idea of what their truth is? How do you navigate from all of the subconscious feelings and thoughts and belief systems that someone else is showing you from the age of pre-birth to 7 years old? That is where your subconscious mind tells you what is happening out here in this world. That is where a lot of our belief systems is. Scientists tell us that 95% of what we do is on a subconscious level. Only 5% you're conscious of. Think about that. Now, I'm not throwing shade on the subconscious because it is good for a lot of things. You can walk without thinking about it, right? You can walk and chew gum at the same time without thinking about it, right? You can play the piano as lovely as this young lady does, or sing like Claudia or the choir, and you don't have to relearn that every time. Once you know that, it is embedded in you and it just comes out. You just do it. You can drive a car without thinking, oh my gosh, now I'm sitting here, how do I start it? It's all in your subconscious. It's all there for you. It just allows you to do these things. But are you just going through the motions? Are you stopping to think, who really am I? What am I? How can I create? Well, after about 7 years old, your conscious mind kicks in. And it connects with your personality, your identity, your spirituality. It says, is that right? Maybe I could think for myself. These two minds are as different as night and day. One is habitual. It's there. It's the habits you have formed that you go and you repeat and repeat and repeat. The other is creative, expansive, all-consuming with all the joy in your life that you desire, and says, how do I make that happen? How do I get there? It allows you to become the source energy that you are. It allows you to be in light of all of the wonderful things that you can create. So, are you living from your subconscious and just going through motions? Or do you stop? Do you take that deep breath? Do you allow yourself to be in your creative mode, the experience of the divine aspect that you truly are? So Dr. Bruce Lipton tells us ways that we can reprogram our subconscious mind to be more creative. There's various ways to do this. One is repetitive. You do the same thing over and over and over again, and you entrench yourself in that, and it's just knowing it then, and your subconscious mind says, oh, this is what it's really like. This is what I can do. You have to believe in yourself. Do you believe in yourself? Do you know the magnificence that you are in this creation? I remember long ago sitting in one of Dan's Course in Miracle groups, and someone kept saying, but we're co-creators, but we're co-creators. This is about 20, 25 years ago, and I said to myself, but how does that happen? If I'm a co-creator, why is my life like this? What am I doing, or what should I be doing to make that change? So afterwards, since this person just keeps saying this, I asked him, I said, so how does that work? How do you do that? Well, we just are. Well, that wasn't good enough for me. We just are what? What are we just? If we are co-creators, how do we make that happen? We go from our habit-forming subconscious mind to the creative aspect that we are. That's where affirmations come in, right? So if you have an affirmation that you say over and over and over, that is your repetitive state that will allow you to become more than the sum of your parts, to become that creative individual, that creative mechanism that you truly are with every cell of your being. But you've got to believe it. You've got to feel it in your bones, right? You've got to know that whatever your affirmation is, whatever you're affirming, you can acquire that. You can be that. You can feel it in every cell of your being. So that's where Einstein talks about imagination. The most important thing you can have is imagination. Can you imagine that? When we were little kids, we imagined all sorts of things, right? One time, my little grandson, when he was about that tall, he's like this now, but he didn't like Halloween because he didn't like candy. You know, we didn't feed him a lot of sugar. We fed him good things, and he ended up liking that. Of course, when the second one came along, it was like, well, just eat this, and she likes sugar now. So, but he just wasn't the sugar person. So he said, it's hot out this, I don't like it, I don't want any candy, I just want to go home. I said, well, you can't go back home by yourself. And he said, I have my invisible beings there, and they're just as real as you are, and they'll take care of me if something happens. And he was so frustrated with me, and I was frustrated with myself because I knew that was true, but I could not let him go back home by himself at 5 years old. So I told him, I said, well, I believe that, but you still can't go back home by yourself. So we walked back home. He knew in himself what he truly was. And how many times were you told when you were little, oh, that's just your imagination, that's not true, right? You can't do this, you can't do that. How many no's did you get? Or that you weren't able to do that, or you weren't rich enough, or you weren't, all these things that we're told. That's all held in your subconscious. Those are all things that we want to rewire. We want to re-evaluate what our real belief systems are. And this is how you align yourself with Source. I remember years ago, 40 years ago, maybe longer, I'm just getting older and older, that I thought, well, what do I really believe? Have you ever sat and thought, what do I really believe? I mean, your mind will go crazy with that. And that was before I knew I had to go from here to here. I had to say, what do I feel? Not what do I believe, not what's in my subconscious, not what someone has told me I am or I can or I can't do. What do I feel? That opened up a whole new world for me. I started remembering things that I'd forgotten. I used to, when I was like 7 years old, I used to lay on the lawn, and we lived in the desert, and at night there was just this blanket of stars that was unbelievable. And I just used to lay there and look in the stars. And one night, a miraculous thing happened. I realized that I was in the stars looking down at myself. That was my first experience of, I'm not really this body. I am something else. I am something greater. And when I started talking from the heart space, from that love, that compassion, that heart-brain connection of who you really are, I began realizing who we are all of us, every single one of you, everyone on this planet. We just need to remember who we are. And it's easy. It's easy to do. We just have to do it. We're so busy with our outward things that we do every day. How many times have you said, I just didn't have time to meditate? Meditation should be easy. You don't have to do anything except sit and breathe. That's all you have to do. And people say, but my mind's so busy. So what? That's what your mind's for. Your mind's supposed to be busy. That's why it's there. That's what gets you from here to there. That's what allows me to walk up on here without thinking, boy, how am I going to put one foot in front of the other? But you just have to, you are in charge of it. All you have to do is say, okay, I hear you. I know you're there. I know you're trying to help me. Right now, I don't need your help. Right now, you can just relax and be silent. And when those thoughts come through, you can say, okay, let them go. You just have to sit and breathe. You'd be amazing the things will come to you if you do that. Align yourself with Source. It's easy to do. It will allow many, many things to come into your life that you never thought possible. You have wishes and desires, those things will come into your mind. Those things will come into your heart. They will start to manifest outside of you in a world that you never thought possible for you. You just have to believe that it's true. Do you believe it? In Matthew 17:20-21, Jesus replied, "Truly, I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to the mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move for you. There is nothing impossible for you to do." So have faith in yourself. Be good to the self that you truly are. That inspiration that's inside of you that says, boy, I would love to have that. You can. Sit, imagine it, feel it, see it happening in your life. We spend so much time looking outside of us and worrying about what's going to happen next. What will happen if this doesn't happen? What will happen if that doesn't happen? Well, you've gotten from where you were to here, and you're here, right? Worry isn't going to help you. Someone asked me today, so what are you going to talk about? Are you nervous? I said, well, what good would that do me? And basically, what good would it do you, right? So where are you? Sometimes if you're worrying or if you're concerned about something, think about what good is that doing me? Stop. Change your thought. You create by your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Change your thoughts. Think of something that makes you happy. The energy that is Abraham says that all you have to do is be happy and everything will work out for you. And you know why? Because when you're happy, you're aligned with Source. Always. And whatever outside appearances are going on will fall away. And you'll wonder why you were ever concerned about it. So as you listen to Dr. Bruce Lipton and you talk about it in your groups this week, think about being conscious, working with the conscious mind, being consciously aware of who you really are and what you want from your life. Be aligned with the joy that you are. Because there's nothing more important than for you to be happy. We came here to create. We came here to fulfill that we can't fulfill in spirit. When we leave these bodies, we'll go back to that space where we know and we'll say, oh, I could have done better than that. You know, what was I thinking? Well, you weren't. You were just going through what your subconscious mind has taught that you need to be here in this physical body. But what you need to create from is the life of conscious, deliberate, conscious thinking. Be deliberate in what you're thinking. Think about it. You've heard me say many times, if you've heard me at all, pay attention to what you're paying attention to. One time, my grandson, we were trying to hide a present from his father. It was his birthday. And it was a pretty large present, and I kept saying, where are we going to put this? He said, just put it in plain sight. No one looks there. out of the mouths of babes, right? Isn't that true? No one looks there. I mean, do you look in plain sight what your heart is telling you? Or are you just on that wheel over and over and over with what your subconscious knows or thinks is best for you? Some of it is, my lovely brothers and sisters, but a large portion of it is someone else's idea of what you needed or what's good for you. You're the only one that knows that. You're the only one that can stand up and say, I know deliberately and consciously what my wishes and desires are. And I can move that mountain. I can say, yes, I will move that mountain because I am in control. I am source energy. I came here to create the best life that I can for myself and everyone around me, and I am starting to do it right now, today, in this moment. And no one can stop me because I am the one in charge of my heart space, my God self, my truth, and my deliberate knowing. So I invite you to take this away, to embrace this for this week, and remember when you go to sleep and when you awake that you are source energy. You know, you can reprogram your subconscious by just giving yourself a few sentences before you go to sleep. Because when you sleep, your conscious mind goes to rest. And your subconscious mind that gets you to breathe, gets you to relax, does all of the things that you need to do for your cells in order to refurbish them and bring them back to life the next day. Your subconscious mind is in control. So you can program it. Years ago, I thought, is that really true? Can you really do that? And I said, okay, I'm not using an alarm clock anymore. And I just said, okay, I'm going to wake up at such and such a time. And it worked. I was like, wow, this is pretty good stuff. So you can do it with anything. Allow yourself to be all that you can be. Move that mountain. Have that faith. And have faith in yourself that you can create the best life ever by just being in line with Source, the energy that you are. Thank you. So we're going to have a little meditation, and Lucy's going to tickle those ivories a little bit for us. So I'm going to invite you to close or soften your eyes. And we close our eyes because we can go inside. Get rid of the busyness of the day. And I invite you to stop right now and be where your body is. Breathe and be here right now. Let go of thoughts of where you are going or where you have been before you came here, and just be here now. Be where your breath is. It's impossible to follow your breath and be in the future or the past. So allow your breath to anchor you in this present moment. This breath is in the present, is a vibrational gateway to the eternal now. It transcends time and space. It is here where I invite you to feel a deep sense of gratitude and thanksgiving and appreciation. Be grateful for your next breath. And in that, have gratitude for your life that exists in this moment and in this moment of reflection in this time-space reality, right now, right here. You are, and you can feel surrounded by the divine presence of love, of beauty, of intelligence, order, harmony, and abundance. Your well-being is infused with this frequency of wholeness. It is the universal law of being fulfilled unto yourself. Allow yourself to feel this wonderful blessing. This presence of universal source energy is in you, with you, and as you. This dynamic presence of love, beauty, harmony, order, and abundance is now activated into the fullness of your life, the life you are expressing now. Feel this expression of life. Feel the fullness of harmony and abundance. And let's just take a moment in the silence to completely allow the activation of love, joy, and harmony. And you know you can always touch your heart center and feel that love. You know that from this moment on, everything is working out for our individual and collective good. You know you are connected to the presence that is never absent. It is overflowing in your life and amplifying all that is good. Self-love, gratitude, and appreciation is amplified through every cell of your being. And we feel at one with the universe, source energy, spirit, the Christ within. It is happening now for each of us. We have raised our frequency and aligned with source, and we give thanks, knowing that this is present now within us and forever. And we are connected. You know what it feels like, and you can go back to this space, this feeling, this connection and alignment at any time, in any place, knowing that it is truly your frequency of creative expansion. And so it is.
Are blessed by your wisdom, by your willingness to come up and share and be in that heart space with us. So now is the time where we call our ushers forward and we hold our, if we have a physical thing in our hands, we hold that and we pray our blessing, and if we don't, we pray our blessing in our consciousness. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving. And we have more music from the choir.
nothing but blue skies. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
That's the Celebration Choir, and on the solo we have Miss Amy Corset. Yes. Nothing but blue skies. Don't forget that.
Thank you so much. Boy, having COVID, we really missed our choir. So good to have you back. So let's bless these tithes, gifts, and offerings. We know that the gift and giver are one. We know that as these gifts go out into the world, places will be blessed, people will be given hope, joy will be restored, and so we say yes, yes, yes to all of that. And we close with our affirmation of gratitude. Please join with me. I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. And so it is. So Jim's time to come back up.
So has everybody got their obstacles out of the way? All right, today we have a little happening after 12:45 with Reverend Patty. She's going to present to us an in-person session called the 5 Wishes Workshop. And it makes end-of-life planning and documentation easy and accessible. All are welcome to attend, and it starts at 12:45. As Sharri mentioned, our Truth and Experience Spirit groups start today and throughout this week here. So if you haven't signed up already, the sign-up sheets are out there. There's still time to sign up. There's Zoom groups, in-person groups, all those good things. And it doesn't matter if you miss a session. If you can only get to a couple of them, that's fine. Whatever you can do, it will benefit you. On next Sunday, May 29th, we're excited to welcome a guest speaker, Hamilton Sage, with a message called The Power of Perspective. Hamilton will also be presenting a creative workshop at 12:45 on the 29th called Coming Back to Our Senses. That sounds interesting. Everyone is welcome to stay after the service today for fellowship coffee. Please consider donating refreshments and check with fellowship coffee team for suggested items. Our Sunday morning class, Spiritual Study and Practice, will be taking a break until July 10th. So if you've been a part of that, you'll be on break for a while there. Let's see. There is a new volunteer opportunity with the AV team with the live stream monitor back there. So if you're somewhat tech savvy and would like to help with that, we could use your help there. Check the e-news for details or call the office to volunteer if you're interested in that. And right now I'd like to ask the prayer chaplains to please stand. And so the prayer chaplains are here to celebrate with you or to pray with you if there's a situation in your life where you need some additional prayer there. We have a prayer box up here in our sanctuary, or you can call the office to leave a message if you know somebody that's in need of prayer. To keep up with all these transformational opportunities, please check out the Unity Bon Air website or weekly e-news, or follow us on Facebook. Also, I was asked that Mary Curley is going to be outside the door here. She's going to be soliciting members for the Love in Action teams. So if you're not on a Love in Action team and are interested in that at all, please see Mary on your way out there. So I think that's it for me.
So while I do acknowledgments, would somebody go check, or are youth out in the hallway? Oh, I see them. Okay, come on in. Light as the light, as the light.
We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God. We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So we had a great day today with our youth and family ministry. We had Becky Maines in with our younger children, and then we had Stephanie Clark working with our preteens. So we had a whole group of preteens today. We had,
Yay!
so we're really excited to get that program going, and if we'd known a couple of weeks ago, we might have been able to get some teens through our Uniteen camp coming up in May, but it's a little late for registration. But just know, once you get into that Uniteen and YOU grouping, there are retreats and rallies that our kids join the whole region and go and do different activities, so it's wonderful. So I'm glad we're growing that program. Does anyone want to speak? Did I hear somebody wanted to say something? Yes, Lainey.
So we talked about joy, and we listened to a song about forgiveness, and then we went out to the garden, and we did like this song, and we talked about some flowers that we saw along the way.
Thank you. Okay.
We talked about forgiveness and being joyful and kind to everyone.
Wonderful. So there are sign-up sheets for people who still would like to be interested in helping with our youth and family ministries, and so we now have different levels. We have our top level, we have our middle, our school age level, and then we have our preteen level. So if anyone's interested, please see me. And I think that's it for today. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but
We're going to do the blessing.
I know what we need. We're also looking for a preschool teacher. So what we would like to have when we have a good tot group, which we're gaining now, is to have a paid position for someone with preschool or tot experience. It's a 2-hour, once-a-week commitment. So if anyone's interested in that position, please also let me know that. Thank you.
So let us bless our teachers and our young people. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are, and we see you doing amazing things. Thank you all. So I'd like to acknowledge those who have been helping this morning. We have greeters, we have Marcy and Safari in the bookstore, we have our fellowship committee, we've had the choir and Lucy making us want to get up and dance, and we have our sound team, Dan and Veronica in the back. So we have just been blessed with all these gifts of loves and talents, so we say thank you to them. I'm going to invite us to stand up and do our prayer for protection and close with the peace song. And now I've noticed a trend happening in here that We love connection here, and people are starting to hold hands, and our COVID preparedness team is saying, let's just wait a little while longer for that. So send them, you can hold your hands out and send love, but let's continue to be safe. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth